There we go. I was on mute. Sorry. Hey, what's up, everyone? Some big news coming out. We got DJ Williams, Alyssa Orange over here on Zoom. We're about to talk about the Razorbacks set up a couple new games for a few years from now. And of course, the big one is Arkansas State and Arkansas set to play on September 6, 2025. DJ, I want to get your take first. As a former Razorback, what do you think about this matchup?
Didn't believe it at first. I got a call about 20 minutes ago from our assistant news director here in Little Rock, and he said, "We need you to come back in studio. Arkansas is going to be playing Arkansas State." I was like, "Seriously, what do you want? What's going on?" And so I am surprised that it happened. It's always been a game that I think could be very competitive. I think could potentially be good for the state. But when you just look at the programs, I don't mean to say this to any Arkansas State fans out there. It's just a situation where Arkansas, in my opinion, has a lot to lose and absolutely nothing to gain by playing this game.
Yeah.
Arkansas State, the same perspective as they have everything to gain and nothing to lose at all. So when you look at it from that aspect of maybe dividing a fan base, when it comes to money, usually when people think about Arkansas, that's all they talk about is the Razorbacks. They're our professional team. We don't have any other, we don't have the Cowboys or any other thing to talk about. It is all about Razorback sports. And so to play an in-state team, and I kind of like that it's in 2025, to be honest, because if they played last year or this year or the year before, something could happen. Then there would always be that question mark when it comes to the state of Arkansas, which program, represents the state. Right now, it's hands down, in my opinion, the Razorbacks.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting you point out that Arkansas has pretty much nothing to gain from this, but everything to lose, because that's something that Mike Irwin has pointed out multiple times in the past when we've talked about this hypothetical situation of possibly happening. And Alyssa, now that it is happening, what do you think about it?
Well, I know everyone's excited. I mean, I'm sure DJ and you as well have gotten text messages like, "Oh my gosh, this is really happening," or "This is going to be really fun." And I think from a fan's perspective, people are excited. It's something they've asked for a really long time. It's something they've wanted. And again, we are talking about War Memorial Stadium and the future of that stadium with Arkansas. And, many people have said, play in-state schools there. You could definitely increase revenue and all that stuff. So from a financial standpoint, from a fan standpoint, it makes a lot of sense. And it's something to really get excited about. I 100% agree with DJ with what Mike is saying, though, from a program standpoint. And I can't emphasize that enough, a program standpoint. This isn't personal, but what does Arkansas get out of this game? Because you're not a Mississippi State Ole Miss, you're not Florida State Florida, you're not Clemson South Carolina, where you're in two Power 5 conferences going against each other. You have the potential to lose to a Sun Belt school. What does that do for you? That's going to be the big question heading into it. But not to be a negative Nancy, an exciting day for fans around the state and Arkansans, because I know that they've wanted this for a long time.
And that's interesting. I'm curious to see what fans think about this, both Arkansas State fans and Arkansas fans. So if you have any comments, just let us know, and I'd love to read some of them. But also, I do want to point out in this press release that the Razorbacks put out, they also announced that the previously scheduled games against Missouri are going to be moved to Razorback Stadium on the Arkansas campus. So when you think about the fact that the Razorbacks this upcoming season literally have two SEC games at Razorback Stadium, this is probably a good thing going forward. DJ, don't you think?
Yeah, you always want to play a lot of games at your official home turf, that is. And it's good to always maybe bring in recruits, especially playing a team like that where you would hope to win. Did you say Missouri State?
No, Missouri.
Okay. I thought you said, I don't know why I heard Missouri State. I was like, Trino's coming back? Oh,
Right.
Okay. Caught me off guard for a second. But yeah, moving that game, they said
Not yet.
Yeah. So once again, it's always best to, have those games played in the place where you're going to have recruits come in, see some really cool special things go down, and just have that real aspect of a good fan base. Now, like I said, I know Hunter Yurachek came out and said he expects it to be full attendance at everywhere we play next year. I think that's a lot of optimism there, I think, Hunter Yurachek's part. But it'd be special to be able to, make sure we pack out those places and once again create this recruiting tool and let Sam Pittman, thrive in an environment where he just loves getting the noise cranked up and just having some really cool special things going on.
Yeah, and so the closest game that would be happening is UAPB and Arkansas in 2021 at War Memorial Stadium. I don't know if we'll see a full crowd for that one, but that would be a good game to actually have at War Memorial Stadium. Like, it makes sense, the fan base that would show up for that game. Alyssa?
Yeah, I think if you're, UAPB, you'd love that. Pine Bluff is just a hop, skip, and a jump down the road from Little Rock. And excuse me while I get in my car and head into the studio to join you for noon. But you're right. I mean, I think it would be attractive. It's attractive in state. It's attractive for everyone else in the country, or I'm sorry, in the state, when it comes to other schools. And it'll be a fun one, and you can build some in-state excitement. You got to just go back to what does Arkansas get out of it?
Yeah, and I would say, optimistically speaking, Alyssa, one thing that Arkansas really does not have is a true rival. I know some people hate Texas.
Yeah.
I know some people hate Texas A&M. We hate LSU, but if you were to ask LSU, Texas, or Texas A&M what they think about Arkansas, they're just like, oh, it's just another game on the schedule. That would be one team that would be an asterisk mark of saying this is a big game. And I think it would go both ways. Now, the competitive standpoint of saying, yeah, there's nothing to gain, nothing to lose. Back when I was playing, if it became an option where we're going to play Arkansas State, let's play.
Yeah.
We're not scared. You know what I mean? I know we have nothing to gain, nothing to lose, but if y'all really want this, then let's go ahead and have this football game. I get it. We're all in the same borders. And, but like you said, that's why I really like how you emphasize a program standpoint, Alyssa. The players don't care, but yes, I'm definitely understand the program standpoint for sure.
Yeah, I'm just reading some of the comments we got here. Steven says, nobody from Northwest Arkansas wants this because it doesn't do anything for the university. So we got some people agreeing on that point. But also, we've got Jeremy says, let's go back years ago when we lost to ULM and Arkansas blew out ULM the same year.
Arkansas State.
Yeah.
Arkansas State.
War Memorial will be packed out like it used to be. You know what? That would be fun. I personally have never actually seen War Memorial Stadium jam-packed with people.
Well, remember how upset people get when Arkansas loses to non-conference teams that they're not supposed to lose to, for example, Portland State, Colorado State. To take that a step further and add Arkansas into the name of the team that they're playing, I can only imagine. And again, that's coming from a Arkansas fan specific standpoint, a program specific standpoint. But if you're Arkansas State, literally they have said bring it on for years because they know they've continued to build a really good program. Brian Anderson left that place in really good shape right now for Butch Jones, and so they're excited. The attitude is completely different in Jonesboro than it is maybe in North.
Yeah, she's breaking up a little bit, but that's because she's just coming in for some of the shows. We have a big day with everything going on. Hunter Yurchek.
They're ready to talk some trash.
Hunter Yurchek is going to jump on a Zoom here at about 2:00, and we're going to talk with him about this decision a little further on. And so if you want to hear more, we have posted the full article in this comment section, so you can check it out there with all the details. And be sure to tune in to the noon show. Alyssa is going to be talking about this. DJ is going to be talking about this, of course, the rest of the day. So just check that out. And of course, if you have any questions, just let us know on social media and we'll try to do our best to answer them. But that's going to do it for our live stream, guys. Thanks so much for watching.
Bye.
Bye.